It's time now for your weekly fishing reports and real-time outdoor news. This is the Southwest Outdoors Report.
Hello everybody, after a long off season, welcome in to episode number 1 of 39 consecutive weeks of the best fishing news that you can get anywhere in the Southwest, right here on your Southwest Outdoors Report. My name is Barry Stokes, and I'll be your anchor and guide over the next 39 weeks as we take you on a tour of all the best fishing in our region. We are coming off of the worst drought of yours and my lifetime. Last year, many of our lakes went to record low levels, some dried completely up. That was then followed by one of the wettest winters, and many of our lakes are in excellent condition headed into the spring. Next up, let's talk about temperatures. We are coming off of one of the warmest winters that we've had in many years. The effect that is now having is that the various spawns for the different species of fish in our region are going to be happening earlier, beginning with the white bass spawn. Some of the whites are beginning to move up creeks and rivers for their spawning run in our region right now. That will be followed closely by the largemouth bass spawn, then comes crappie, then catfish, and then redfish and speckled trout down along the Texas and Louisiana coast. On today's show, I'm going to show you a few techniques that you can use to catch early pre-spawn largemouth and smallmouth bass right now in our region. But first, we get you started for your upcoming weekend fishing trip. Here is Julie back in the FSN studios with your weekend plan.
Hey everybody, it's great to be back for another season. Now let's take a look at the Salooner tables for the last weekend of winter to help plan your fishing trip. Peak morning fishing times will begin at 7:15 on Saturday and 8 o'clock on Sunday. And in the evenings, the best action should take place a little bit after sunset. The sun will rise at 7:34 and set at 7:37, and evenings will display a crescent moon, 23% illuminated. Stay with us, we're coming right back with fishing updates from Texas, Oklahoma, and Louisiana. Plus, I'll be back later with professional angler Brian Snowden on this week's Ask the Pro feature.
The Southwest Outdoors Report is brought to you by Tracker Boats, Fish the Finest, by Lowrance and the all-new HDS Gen 2 with Structure Map Overview, by Stren Fishing Lines, the standard of dependability, by Costa Sunglasses, see what's out there, and by Academy Sports and Outdoors, right stuff, low price, every day.
Welcome back everybody to episode number 1 of your SOR as we head into an exciting fishing season here in 2012. And one of the happiest pieces of news that I am proud to announce is the launch of the brand new Southwest Outdoors Report website at www.southwestoutdoorsreport.com. Our all-new website has more fishing news and fishing content than we've ever had online before. One of the best features of the new site are the Insider Reporter pages by our 4 reporters in the Southwest region, including a page for Bill Olson down along the Texas Gulf Coast, Gary Dallahan in Oklahoma, Brian Hughes in Texas Freshwater, and Cajun Phil Broussard in Louisiana. Those guys will keep you up to the minute with the very latest fishing reports, news, photos, and videos from their own region. Also, on the front page of the website, there will always be the latest episode of the show, front and center. It's got a full screen option and you can watch the show in full high definition. You can click sign up to send in your Ask the Pro question or your big catch photo. And the big news this year is that it's now called the Costa Big Catch, and each and every week, right here on the show, someone wins a brand new pair of Costa sunglasses. I'll give you all the details a little later on in the show. Also, you'll see my personal favorites page with my favorite guides, lodges, restaurants, and tips from around the region and my travels, and I'll have a weekly blog for your reading pleasure. So right now, let's get this party rolling with your first fishing report for the season. Let's get you to Brian Hughes, your Lone Star Lakes, your Texas fishing and lake reports for this week.
Hi everybody, and welcome to the first Lone Star Lakes of a brand new season. Brought to you by Andrews Custom Leather, adding style to your personal, law enforcement, or cowboy action accessories. Now when we last left you, we were in the middle of a very severe drought. Winter rains have helped bring lakes back to acceptable levels. We haven't broken the drought, but we're well on our way. And mild winter temperatures have really made for some great bass fishing, as evidenced by the number of sherrilunkers and record fish caught in the last couple of months. Lake Texoma almost reached the 13-pound mark with a new lake record. Lakes Falcon, Fork, Toledo Bend, and Ray Roberts have all turned in sherrilunkers 13 pounds or over, and Lake Austin, the surprise of the bunch, has had 3 sherrilunkers already this season. Now, the only pattern with these fish has been getting shallower as the water warms. They've been caught on just about everything you can imagine. Spinnerbaits, soft plastics, all manner of lures and colors. So, go shallow, slow down, and you might catch a sherrilunker this season on one of your Lone Star Lakes. Brought to you by Andrews Custom Leather. And be sure and check out our blog for more information on these subjects.
Hi folks, this week's report is brought to you by Port Aransas on Mustang Island. Surrounded by pristine bays, estuaries, and the deep blue waters of the Gulf of Mexico, Port A is truly the fishing capital of Texas. Come fish, golf, and play Texas Island style. For more information, visit the website on the screen. Well, spring has officially arrived come Tuesday, March 20th, but unofficially it arrived early after winter pulled a no-show. Now, most anglers agree inshore patterns are running about 3 to 4 weeks early as water temperatures continue to climb up toward and through the 70-degree mark. Trophy class speckled trout are being caught all on the Texas coast. The bite is on at Long Bar out of Port Isabel, either side of the mouth of Baffin Bay, along the King Ranch shoreline, the reefs of San Antonio Bay, the back lakes of Espiritu Santos, the west end of East Matagorda, East Galveston Bay, and the south end of Sabine. Trout are on shell mud or mud grass and feeding on 4 to 6 inch finger mullet. The best water depth is from less than 4 feet to the shoreline. Scattered redfish are also mixed in. Around the jetties and in the land cut, black drum are being caught on crab and shrimp. Sheep's head are also close to the rocks. More warm weather is on its way, and we may have to deal with some wind, plus there may be some runoff from recent rains, but the big news is the spring bite is on. This weekend, Saturday's a 3-tide day with 2 low tides and just 1 high. Sunday has a double tide schedule of 2 high tides and 2 low tides. I'm Bill Olson, and I'll see you on the coast.
Coming up next, Gary Dallahan has all your lake reports and fishing news from the state of Oklahoma. But first, I cannot emphasize enough to you how much you are going to miss this season if you don't check out our Facebook page on a regular basis. It's located at facebook.com/Southwest Outdoors Report. It's there. You'll get more video, more photos, more fishing news, and more of my daily comments than we can put in a 30-minute television show. On our Facebook page, we've got unlimited time and space, and we'll be updating that information on a daily basis. But to get all the good stuff, you need to go to our Facebook page and click the like button, top right-hand side of the page. Hey, I'll be back to do a little fishing, give you some tips in a moment. Stay with us, we're coming right back. There's one. Welcome back, everybody. There he is. Good bass. Yeah. Yeah, there's you a nice bass. All right. Come up here, skinny. All right. Your SOR is on the road today, kicking off the 2012 season. And we are definitely in the pre-spawn. And so I told you at the beginning of the show that I would pass along my go-to bait, and there it is. That is a lipless, rattling crankbait, and that particular one is a Seville flat shad. It's a dynamite little thin bait, goes through the water with a big wide wobble, and all you do with that bait is just go down the shoreline, cover a lot of water, and you can do real well catching bass all across our region when they're in the pre-spawn. Why? Well, let me let this bass go back and I'll tell you why. There he goes. The reason these bass are so aggressive and will hit that moving bait is they're getting ready to spawn and they know they have to feed up. So this time of the year, they will come right out and nail a lipless rattling crankbait. And the best part about it is it's easy, easy fishing. All right, that's my great tip for this time of the year. Let's go to Oklahoma right now, check in with Gary Dollahan, your fishing and lake reports from there.
Hey, welcome back to the Southwest Outdoors Report. I've missed you guys. It's my privilege to again be bringing you the Oklahoma Fishing Report for the 2012 season. I hope you had a chance to get out during this mild winter we've had because the fishing has been something special already. A lot of the bass fishermen have been having great success throwing the umbrella rig. It's a contraption that really does look like the metal framework of an umbrella. It's castable and you can fish several baits on it at the same time, which does mean it looks like a small school of shad coming through the water. The big bass really have been liking it. John Bond of Daylight Donut Corporation has had great success with it on Grand Lake. Derek Phillips of Matthews Boat Company visited Tommy Biffle. They went to Lake Tenkiller, caught several largemouth and smallmouth over 4 pounds on this rig. Those guys were fishing the LaRue Sweet Swimmer rigged on it, which swims at a really slow speed. But you know, the smaller lakes like Big Soma behind me, this is Big Soma near Leonard and Bixby, Oklahoma. The small lakes are great places to try this year because they do have some double-digit bass. They're usually protected from the wind, and since they're small, you can fish a large part of it in a day's fishing time, so check some of those out. But it wasn't a small lake where Royce Harlan caught his 12.4 pound largemouth lake record. That was Texoma, March 3rd. Caught it on a Carolina rig soft plastic. The first bite of the day in the tournament around 8 a.m. So Royce, congratulations on that big one. White bass reports. Everybody waits to hear the white bass spring reports and starting to get those in now. The tradition there is Choteau Bend above Fort Gibson Lake, Twin Bridges on Grand Lake, and the upper parts of Broken Bow. Starting to see some white bass activity going on. We'll keep you in touch on those. Don't forget that 2012 fishing license, and don't forget you can't catch them if you don't go.
Hey, this week on the Lawrence Hot Lake of the Week, it's my chance to show you one good fishing destination for your upcoming weekend fishing trip. And this week, we highlight Sooner Lake, located in north central Oklahoma. Let's show it to you now on the beautiful Lawrence HDS 10 south of Ponca City, Oklahoma. Sooner Lake is 5,400 surface acres with 42 miles of shoreline. It is a power plant lake with an intake on the southwest end and a discharge channel on the northeast end. It was the first lake in Oklahoma to be stocked with hybrid striped bass way back in 1977. During the winter months, the hybrids will congregate in the hot water discharge area here. Otherwise, we zoom in again and show you that there are several islands and points in the lake. All of these have deep water nearby, and the hybrids will use these along with the white bass as backstops to herd bait fish. In the spring and summer months, you'll find hybrids and whites chasing bait on the flats like these adjacent to the channel. That's this week's Lawrence Hot Lake of the Week. Stay with us. When we come back, Cajun Phil and Kevin will have all your latest fishing reports from Louisiana.
The Southwest Outdoors Report is brought to you by Mercury, the official outboard of the Southwest Outdoors Report for 10 years running. By Xide, start positive, stay positive. By Lou's Reels and Rods, feel the difference. And by Onyx Personal Flotation Devices and Rainwear, keeping you safe on the water.
There's another one. Ooh, he's big, he's big. So you don't want to just put a ton of pressure on it. Oh, that's a big fish. Got it. Oh, look at this. Oh man. There's the lipless rattling crankbait. And there is a toad, sports fans. That's what happens when you go along here and throw that lipless rattling crankbait in the springtime. Pre-spawn bass, and I'll make a deal with you. I just can't get all the information in that I want to today, so I'm going to tell you what lake we're on, more details about what cover and structure they're on, and a lot more information on our Facebook page, and I'm going to put that up midday this coming Saturday. That is a big old pre-spawn female bass, and that's going to weigh a good 8 to 9 pounds, something like that. We'll let that one swim back. All right, buddy. We give those kind of fish a little round of applause right here on the SOR. What a great way to start the season. All right, one other tip I want to give you is that you need to sign up for our weekly email newsletter. Each week, right in your inbox, you'll get our weekly email newsletter with that week's show information, a few fishing tips, and some product and gear information as well. You don't want to miss it, our weekly email newsletter. Click sign up on the front page of our website. Here's Cajun Phil and Kevin from Louisiana.
Hi friends, Cajun Phil here with your Fox Southwest Louisiana Fishing Report. I tell you what, it's great to be back on again this year. You and mine, Captain Kevin and I, we're going to be bringing you reports each and every week from the different parts of Louisiana. We'll be talking about bass fishing, speckled trout fishing, red fishing, whatever it takes. I tell you what, we're going to be here. I want to start off this week by talking about Toledo Bend, one of my favorite places. I was there last week. We had a great catch. I was with Captain Andrew Upshaw. We had a good catch. We were north of Piddleton Bridge. We were throwing Strike Pro crankbaits. We picked up 20 really nice bass in about 8 foot of water. Fantastic. Right now the water's up at Toledo Bend. They're catching big ones at a 14-pounder last week, a couple of 9. Woo, it's hot. I talked to Captain Kevin a while ago by phone because he's out there guiding. And I tell you what, he says right now the wind's blowing pretty hard. Speckled trout action was a little slow today. So far they've had something like 15 or 18. But he said they did a living out with redfish on the east side of Calcasieu Lake. I tell you what, be tuning in each and every week for your Louisiana fishing reports. Till then, this is old Cajun Phil for Captain Kevin. Said happy fishing and may God bless, and we're going to see you next week.
The Southwest Outdoors Report is brought to you by Nitro Performance Bass Boats. Fish your best in a Nitro. By Gene LaRue and Bobby Garland Lures. Quality soft plastic baits made in Oklahoma with American pride. By Academy Sports and Outdoors. Right stuff, low price, every day. And by Motor Guide Trolling Motors. Engineering for angling.
Welcome back, everyone. It's time now for our Ask the Pro feature. Our question this week is from Steve in Conroe, Texas. He wants to know, how do you fish a lake with no structure or cover? For the answer, let's ask the winner of the 2010 Texas Bass Classic, Brian Snowden.
A lot of lakes in the United States don't have much structure or visible cover, but if you take the time and start looking around, you're going to find there's plenty of places to catch those bass. If you start looking at rock changes, maybe even the creek channels, some submerged docks or tire reefs, there's a lot of different things that a bass will use to ambush their prey on lakes that look like they're pretty barren. So just pay attention to the subtleties of those lakes, because those little differences are where those bass are really going to load up. And almost all reservoirs or lakes are going to have some sort of creek channel. One of the best places I know is to start looking around those creek channels, because they're going to have some natural rock around them. They're going to actually have some little points and ditches that they make. It might not be much of one, but those subtleties are going to really be where those bass like to hang out on lakes that don't have much grass or other structure that you can visually see.
If you have a question for one of the pros, just visit our website at southwestoutdoorsreport.com. Click on the Ask the Pro link and send us your information. Have a great weekend, everyone. Now back to Barry.
Time right now for our next big announcement in our series of big announcements in our first episode of 2012. And that is that each and every week right here on the show, one of our viewers is going to win a brand new pair of Costa sunglasses like the ones I wear on the show. Each month we'll have a featured frame of the month, and someone that sends in a big catch photo to our website is going to be chosen to have their photo shown on the show and will win a brand new pair of Costa sunglasses. Now, this month's featured frame is the Costa Fantail. It's a fantastic looking frame, fairly large lenses, wraps around the side of your head and fits nice and snug. It's great for anglers, and you can see the Costa Fantail in 2 different colors and several different lenses at costadelmar.com. So it's time right now for this week's Big Catch of the Week winner. She is Angela Daniel of Texarkana, Texas. She and her hubby are faithful viewers of our show, and Angela is shown with a 7-pound, 2-ounce largemouth bass she caught at Lake Wright-Patman in northeast Texas. Now, if you would like to have a chance to win a brand new pair of Costas and have your fish picture seen on our show, just go to our website, southwestoutdoorsreport.com. Right there on the front page, you'll need to sign up to become a member of our website, and once you do that, you'll be eligible to send in or email us your big fish photo, and you might win a brand new pair of Costa sunglasses. Next up, it's time for the Academy Sports and Outdoors Right Stuff feature, where we give you the straight scoop on the gear you'll need to come out and catch these big pre-spawn largemouth bass like we caught on today's show. This is the brand new Lew's Tournament SL Speed Stick casting rod. It's distinctive by the red color. That's how you'll recognize it in the stores. This particular one we use today is a 7-foot medium action. Then we had that rigged with a Lew's brand new Speed Spool Tournament Pro reel. You check that out in your retail store as well. It's a top of the line bait cast reel. More details on this reel in the weeks to come. And we had it spooled up with Stren Fluorocast 17-pound test line. Well, I am so pumped to be back on the air with you for the all-new 2012 season of your Southwest Outdoors Report. We'll see you this week on the Facebook page and on the YouTube channel, and I'll see you right back here next week, Fox Sports Southwest. Until then, I'm Barry Stokes saying be safe, have fun. Bye-bye, y'all.